Hello, new video. Today we're going to take a look at the Shadow XL Ninetales in the Open Ultra League. This is footage that actually got sent to me in the beginning of the season, but still already when people had elo. So let's take a look at this one here. Going to be an interesting one. I actually have zero idea what's happening here. The clips that you saw in the beginning were from footage that I had to cut off because there was so much footage available. And the gameplay itself got edited by the one that sent it in, so that's kind of nice. We'll see here already the Pidgeot in the lead, going to be such a good Pokemon still. We're going to see the Charizard wasting a shield there, and we see the opponent going into the Giratina. Actually, interesting choice to go for the Brave Bird here, getting it the damage. Actually, no, it's actually a very smart choice to go for the Brave Bird here, because it should put them kind of into range for one Stone Edge, or at least get them into a decent-ish position here, as the opponent also runs the move Ancient Power and not any coverage for the Ghost type there, which is amazing for your fighter here. So you're going to be able to just farm them all the way down without any risk at all. You're gonna get even up to another Stone Edge, which will help out against the Charizard, which most likely comes back in here. As we see exactly, the Charizard came back in. They're going to have to shield this move up, or they're going to go down, and they're going to shield this move up. You're 2 shields up now. You will be able to shield this move as well from the opponent. I think you're actually going to let this move go through. You're completely annihilating the opponent here. This is insane. You still have 2 shields, the opponent has 0 shields, and you have a very good matchup here against the Snorlax, going for 2 more moves with your Cobalion, and now you should be able to just go ahead and let this move go through, go into your Ninetales maybe? Depends on if you want to even reveal your Ninetales. Now you're going to go into your Pidgeot. It didn't matter where you're going to go into. Do you going to go for the 2-shield flex? Yeah, okay, you win this with 2 shields remaining. That was amazing. Horrible lead this time around. You have the Say-Swap of Cobalion, kinda something that you would expect anyway for the Open Ultra League. Cobalion Say-Swap, very common there, especially with the lead of Pidgeot. We will see here that you will be able to at least get some damage on them here. I think it's still not a good matchup, but never mind, they don't have coverage for the Ghost type there either. Like, they don't have Shadow Sneak, which usually they run. They have Ancient Power, I guess, again, which allows you to actually flip this matchup as well again. I think, oh no, actually they're running Shadow Sneak. That was an interesting one then, that they went for the Dragonclaw first, but we will see now 2 Shadow Sneaks coming through. You will be able to survive it, and you will be able to go for one Stone Edge here, knocking them out or getting the shield, which is both fine for you, meaning also that you can farm them down most likely with your Pidgeot. If it's not a little bit too much to farm down, but I guess it actually should be okay here. You will see the Dragonclaw coming through, going to do some damage, but do you actually want to farm all the way down? You would be able to, but you're going to end up with like lower health, so I don't know if you really want to. But I guess you're going to do it. Okay, you're going to throw. Yeah, you don't want to have another Dragonclaw hitting you. That's understandable. As we see the move coming through, we see the Articuno coming in, and now we can see the Shadow Ninetales in action here. Going to be able to resist these icy winds as we see a Swampert coming in. This doesn't look too good for you right now, but we can see the Overheat landing here for sure, as this is going to do around half of the health, even though you were debuffed already. And you're going to most likely let this move go through here, and hopefully rely then on your Pidgeot. Actually, I don't know where you left there. Like, yes, it wasn't looking too good for you, but you still had the chance to Brave Bird the opponent there, and I think Brave Bird would have done a lot of damage against the Shadow Articuno. Like, yeah, you got kind of hardboard from the opponent there, but still, I think you still had a chance there at least. I would have played it out if I was in your situation at least. We will see here the opponent's Warrain. You might want to shield this one, potential Earthquake there. You're going to shield it, and it's going to be the Earthquake, so that's a good one there on you. We see the Gyarados coming back in, which is actually a very decent matchup for you, because you still have the Stone Edge available for you, of course. And the opponent decides to forfeit already. Good game there. Next up, very good lead there, Runerigas. Interesting decision in general to lead here for this meta, but we will see an Obstagoon Say-Swap. Interesting that you go straight into your Cobalion, but because they go for the Obstruct anyway, this should be a pretty decent one for you as well. You can go for one charge move there, and you're going to be able to farm down. If they run Obstruct, they never run Cross Chop, so you will be able to easily survive those moves as well, and you know that as well. As we see a Ninetales coming in, you could have went for one more fast move, which would have allowed you to basically give the opponent one less fast move as well than there, but it is fine there. We will see that the opponent can go for one Weather Ball and does not knock you out. We see the Runerigas coming back in. You can hard lock that Pokemon into your Pidgeot. I don't know what the opponent is trying to do here right now, because this does not make any sense at all. That's kind of ridiculous, but yeah, there is no way for you to lose this match at this point. You can just go for Brave Bird straight if you even wanted to, but you're gonna go for the Feather Dance. Like, the opponent does literally 0 damage. Both moves are double resisted. Sand Tomb is a horrible move anyway. The fast move is double resisted, and the opponent is 4 times debuffed now. So whatever is happening here, it's definitely not too good. We will see the swap perfectly into your own Ninetales against the opponent's Ninetales, and I hope at least now, yes, they're going to forfeit there, which is good, as we see a Dragonite against you. Dragonite is going to be an awkward one for this team, actually. This can be a core breaker depending on the situation you're in, but of course you can go for the Feather Dance and try to get the debuff and hopefully get the shield back. Yes, you're gonna get the shield back, that's amazing for you. At this point of time, you would be able to survive this one, but I don't know if you want to. You're going to try to survive it there, okay? Because I think they can farm you down now. I think you lacked 1 turn there, which is annoying, of course. And I think, yeah, you pretty much definitely lacked a turn there. You can take this move. It's going to be a superpower, but okay, it's actually going to be a Dragon Claw. But yeah, Pidgeot's debuffs are really wild. If you just get into a situation where you lose against Pidgeot in the lead, you're just going to get debuffed with the Pokemon you swap in anyway, so it's going to be such a horrible matchup to try to bring it back, basically. Pidgeot in Ultra League so busted. I think also in Great League it might maybe get some more player someday, because like if you really lose the lead against it, it's kind of basically game over already. If you would play it like really nicely with the Pidgeot, just because of the debuff is so strong. We see the Dragonite going down here, we see the Obstagoon in the back. Or can we finally see one Overheat hitting here? Please, I hope that we see one Overheat. Again, I didn't see anything of this footage yet. I thought I would need to cut it, but I didn't. And we see actually here the Obstruct coming in again. I think this might not knock them out now because of the Obstruct, and it does not. But you can maybe swap out. Do you want to swap out? Do you want to stay in? I don't know, actually. It's kind of curious, We will still get to another move here, and that's going to definitely knock them out. The Weather Ball going to be enough to knock them, and we will see the next game coming up. Pidgeot against Gliscor. This is going to be an interesting one here as well. Like, Gliscor is a Pokemon that can definitely get to the charge moves very fast. The first one going to be Night Slash coming through there as well. Not going to get the buff, which is amazing for you. You're going to bait there. Like, usually they are going to no-shield there exactly. I think they would actually still survive one move of you as well. But now you can take those Night Slashes a little bit easier. You can go for the Brave Bird here, and you're going to go, I don't actually know what you tipped at. Is it the Brave Bird? It is the Brave Bird. You're going to knock them out. That's amazing for you, and we see the Giratina coming in. It's going to be Dragon Breath. It's going to be a difficult one to actually beat still. This was very fast. It's going to be a Dragon Claw only. I guess they have Ancient Power otherwise, but it's going to be an interesting one. You can go for Stone Edges. I guess it's going to do around 30%, 33% there. So 3 Stone Edges should be enough to knock them out, and you will be able to do a lot of damage like that. But otherwise, if they would have shielded this, or like if they just would have tried to knock out your Cobalion there, you would have been definitely down. But I guess they're pretty weak against Cobalion if they stay in like this. They actually have a Swampert. I guess they're not that weak against Cobalion. You will be able to swap back into your Pidgeot, and you have to shield once at least here to get off the debuffing move there. Otherwise, there's no chance for you. But this looks really tough. I don't know how you want to win this. It's pretty likely the opponent going to shield this move up, potentially being the Brave Bird, and they're going to shield this move up, and you kind of have to stay in here, and you have to go for another move. Like, you have to shield this move up exactly, and go for another Feather Dance, trying to get the last shield from the opponent, because this is going to be a tough one. They're 4 times debuff now, which is nice. I think you won't CMP with your Ninetales. I'm not sure about it, but you will be able to take some moves there. We see the Giratina coming back in. This will not knock you out. You might just want to store one move here. And, oh, you didn't store the move, but it's kind of close still. But you kind of want to farm them down definitely with the Ninetales here. We see the Ancient Power coming through. That's the second move that they had. And you have to try to farm them, but you're actually going to be able to throw one move there. Going to be a close one still. They have still enough health left, I think, to survive this Weather Ball. It's going to be a tough one. Weather Ball coming through, going to not do enough damage. Can you... they actually have to throw the... I think they could have farmed you down, but I'm not sure. But this might be good for you, because you need one more fast move to knock them out, and you can knock them out. Good game there. Next opponent, we will see a Mandibuzz. This is actually pretty decent for your team. Mandibuzz, not the biggest threat for your team. Like, you can just go for the debuff as well here, I feel like, and you should be fine. You're actually gonna go straight for the Brave Bird, because your Say Swap definitely hardballs the Mandibuzz anyway. With the Cobalion, they have to swap out eventually. They're actually going to stay in here, and you can go for another charge move. That's very nice, because you put them into farm down range for all your Pokemon. And they throw a charge move. They throw a Aerial Ace that doesn't do really anything for you, but okay. We will see the Cresselia coming in. Unless Cresselia is running Future Sight, which a lot more people used to do now, you will be able to completely hardwall that with any fire-type Pokemon, which is pretty nice as you have one in the back. We see the Moonblast coming in, kind of revealing that they most likely don't have Future Sight, which allows you to go for another Charge Move here. I think there was a CMP type, not sure it was. But you can go into your Ninetales and most likely just farm them all the way. It's going to be another Moonblast. You can let this move go through, allowing you to realign. I would just go straight into Ninetales. I wouldn't wait out the Switch Clock. I don't know why you wait out the Switch Clock here right now, because they are locked in right now and would allow you to just get more energy. Don't think you have to throw immediately, but maybe they have Future Sight. I don't know yet. We will find out now. Do they have the Future Sight or not? They do not have the Future Sight, so everything is resisted. You can get some extra energy here, and you have another Weather Ball stored. We see the Mana Bars coming through. They don't have energy, so you could have got extra energy here as well. Weather Ball going to knock them out, and we see an Ampharos in the back. That's going to be a tough one. You have to align your moves correctly here. I think that worked out pretty well, because I think they lost like one return or something there, but you will be able to get some damage on them. You have to shield up the move. You have to go for one more fast move here to... Okay, they're going to go for another charge move there as well. Now you can go for another fast move, and I think you're fine here. I think you're gonna get the energy before the opponent gets to another charge move there, hopefully. But you will definitely get the final shield soon. Oh, actually, they still have a shield left. I thought they only had one left. It's going to be a tough one, but I think you can farm them. You should be able to, right? I think this doesn't knock you out either. It doesn't knock you out. I think the wing attack is already enough to knock them out. A very good game there, very close one, very cool one as well. Ampharos, very cool Pokemon to use as well in the Ultra League now with the new move that it has. And we see a Zekrom that's actually super scary and completely destroys you. That is a wild. Didn't expect this one at all, but we see a Zekrom and a Swampert here. Zekrom completely annihilates two of your Pokemon. In general, yeah, this matchup there, I don't know, is there any other dragon that's also electric type that's not Zekrom? Can't really think of any other than, of course, Mega Ampharos, but would be a cool typing also for other leagues. I wish that there was like more electric dragon types, I guess. Is there any that I missed? Let me know in the comment section. I don't actually know. But we will see here the Swampert going to be able to go down there. We see the Zekrom coming back in. I guess you have to rely on your Cobalion anyway. It's such a weird matchup. You have to shield. It's going to be a Fusion Bolt. That's a wild. It's kind of crazy to see stuff like this here. It could be basically me using stuff like this in the Ultra League, but that actually other people also use that is wild. Also, if you didn't see, with a Breaking Swipe, Rayquaza looks really good for the Ultra League for whatever reason. So maybe Ultra League Rayquaza going to be a thing soon as well. But here we see the opponent's Cobalion. I think your only play here is to try to catch a charge move on your half-dead Pidgeot. You have no shields left, and they're going to go straight for the charge move here, which is annoying for you. As, yeah, it's going to be a good game. There's actually nothing that you can do here at this point anymore. You had to try to catch the move, didn't work out. And you're gonna go down here against a Zekrom, which is a core breaker for your team, which is a wild. Next opponent, Shadow Shiny Charizard. That's an interesting one. You can go ahead and go straight for Feather Dance, I would say. You have to shield. It's going to be a Blast Burn. Like, this can be a Blast Burn at least. It's going to be a Dragon Clock here. It's fine for you, but honestly, I'm so sad that I didn't get a Shadow Shiny Charizard as well. This thing looks like so amazing. Honestly, hands down the best Shadow Shiny. We see the Giratina. I would actually... Okay, yeah, we saw this before. I think it's better to go for the Brave Bird here. I would always go for the debuffing move because I could just put them into the matchup against my Cobalion and I would be able to just basically tank everything super easy, but I'm still going to be able to tank everything super easy here anyway, so I guess this puts them into range for one Stone Edge plus Farm Down with your fast move, which allows you to go for another Stone Edge against the incoming Charizard, which you saw already before, which seems to be a very solid play as well, allowing you to get so much energy here right now that you can go ahead and take this move. I think it's only... Is it a Dragon Claw? It's a Blast, but never mind. Okay, that's going to be awkward. We see the Pidgeot coming back in here. You can go for one move, but they're actually going to throw their charge move as well. It's going to be a Dragon Claw. It has to go through. And you can go for one Brave Bird here, allowing you to hopefully knock them out, and then it depends on the final Pokemon. Actually, you didn't go for the Brave Bird, you go for the Feather Dance, and we see the Walrein. That's going to be interesting. Straight Overheat. This is so risky. Let's see if it's going to go through. It goes through. This is wild. They still can go for an Earthquake, don't you? Have to shield this. You have to shield this potentially there, but it's going to be the Icicle Spear, which is nice for you. And yeah, now you just have to farm them all the way down, and you can. Just going straight for Overheat there really helped you out. Going into, I think, the final battle here as well. We're going to face up against the Giratina in the lead, which is going to be, I guess, the best matchup where you can have Giratina against you. But we will find out now that you're going to go straight for the Brave Bird again. It seems like that's your favorite play against, and you can swap out. I guess you put him also into range for maybe the... Oh, that's right. Also for the Fireboy in the back, Ninetales, but here seeing a Poliwrath in this league is kind of wild. That's something that you don't really see. You survive a Dynamic Punch here as far as I know. So yeah, exactly, you will be able to go for another charge move. You're pretty bulky as a Cobalion. Cobalion has very decent stats for the old Ultra League in general, so that is something that's very nice for you. You will be able to go for another charge move, get the shield, which is really good for you, as you can go ahead and go for another one. They are just wasting their shields here left and right, or they're just going to give you a switch advantage back. This is even cooler for you. You can go ahead and go into your Pidgeot again, try to go for one more Feather Dance, I guess, and to hopefully knock them out with that. Or try to go for another Brave Bird, but we see the Dragon Claw coming through. You're going to try to go for... oh god. Actually, I think it's right to not go for the charge move here for your Pidgeot, because I think you're still going to be able to survive most of this here. I don't think the Thirst Shield was really necessary, but I think you can just go ahead and go for the Weather Ball spam here. We see the charge move coming through. You can go for another one here as well. They're most likely going to have to shield this one up, or do they want to let... they're going to shield this move up, which is amazing for you, as you can farm them all the way down now. You'll still have a Brave Bird stored. This should be a good game here. Let's see. We can see that you can farm them all the way, and we see the Overheat coming in. Is this enough to knock out the opponent? Let's take a look at it. It is, and we will see here an easy victory at the end. Thanks for sending in those battles, and I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one. Bye!